Next moderator for the next group is me, Farliandi. The next group will present the renewable energy mix plan in West Java province to determine the direction of energy policy by the model simulation. There consists of Mr. Ridwan, Ms. Retno, and Mr. Alfi. As usual, this discussion will be divided into two sessions. The first one is the presentation itself from the host group, and the second session is the question and answer session from the audience. Group 4, the time is yours. Hello, Group 4, are you ready?
Yeah, we will wait for Retno to share the screen.
Okay.
Oke, maaf sebelumnya karena tadi ada error waktu share screen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to say thank you for coming in this presentation. It's great to see you all. Let me introduce myself. My name is Retno Kristiani and my partner Alfiza Raisa and Ridwan Nurdin. In this presentation, we will discuss about the renewable energy mix plan in West Java province to determine the direction of energy policy by deep model simulation. The first is background of West Java, and the second we will learn about the methodology for renewable energy planning, and last we will explain the renewable energy scenario. Next. Indonesia is one country that is blessed with many energy sources. Energy owned by Indonesia comes from fossil in the form of coal, oil, and gas, but also Indonesia has renewable energy source in the form of geothermal, solar cell, biomass, wind energy, water, and abundance. The West Java province is one of provinces in Indonesia that has great geothermal potential, but West Java province still use fossil fuel and the main electricity. In 2017, West Java province has one of the most developed areas in Indonesia with a population 47.9 million population and 12.8 million households, with ratio electrification is 98%. The demand of West Java has 1.6 million kilowatt-hours, and demand sector are household, industry, business, social, government building, and lighting road. The energy potential of West Java province consists of fossil energy and renewable energy, which include resource, reserve, and production. Next, please. In 1990 and 95, the use renewable energy in West Java province reached around 11.3% of total renewable energy potential, and the ratio of utilization of renewable energy potential from are basic the renewable energy development plan of the at least 23% of the total primary energy mix in 20 and 50 as target in the National Energy Policy. The West Java Province Energy will policy in use optimize the use of energy resource in the West Java Province, which aim to aid energy management independence, ensure energy availability, and fulfill energy source by optimizing the management of energy resource in an integrated and sustainable manner. Existing power plant in 1917 are PLTI with total power is 190 and 85 megawatt, and PLTU are 200 and 200 megawatt. And renewable energy potential in West Java are geothermal, water, mini and micro hydro, bioenergy, solar cell, wind, and sea. Next. Methodology will be present by Mr. Ridwan.
Thank you, Ms. Christine. I will try to explain methodology for this modeling. There are two types scenario is used to this modeling. The first is the BAU scenario or business as usual scenario, where in this scenario, it is model based on RUAN, RUED, and RUPTL data for the West Java region, where the policies and the growth rates used are the value that have been determined in RUAN, RUED, and RUPTL. This scenario is used as reference for modeling with other scenarios. Energy demand and in the BAU scenario is divided into 6 sectors, including household, industrial, business, social, and public lighting sector. The second scenario is the RE scenario or renewable energy scenario. Is scenario created in which this scenario the value of the mix of the new renewable energy is maximized, where we assume that all of the new renewable energy potential that are present in the land are utilized or exploited up to 100% by 2050. For the modeling result, it can be seen that the factor affected by this scenario is energy mix, value of greenhouse gases, saving fossil fuel, and many other. Energy demand in the new renewable scenario assume will be the same with the business as usual scenario. Next. To perform forecasting on the predetermined side of electrical energy needs, a formula like the one above is used, where the electrical energy demand is product of the multiplication of the number of the customer of each year multiplied by intensity of electricity in each year. For example, the electricity demand for the business sector in 2018 is 5.2 million megawatt hour, where is the result of multiplying between 1,506,173 customer multiplied by electricity intensity of 10,366.1 kilowatt hour per customer. This calculation is applied to every other sector. Next. From the modeling, the result is we get a graph of the forecasting result as follow, where the value of electric energy demand in 2025 is 187,807.5 gigajoule, and in 2050 is 1,789,178.0 gigajoule. Next. In the business as usual scenario, we assume based on RUPTL, there are existing power plant in the form of gas power plant, coal power plant, geothermal power plant, and hydropower plant, where we conclude the age of the gas power plant and coal power plant, existing coal power plant only until 2040. After which the existing PLTGU and PLTU will have stopped producing the electricity. And in this scenario, it also assumes there will be new power plant operating starting in 2020 and continue produce until 2050, such new hydropower, new gas power plant, on new geothermal power plant, and coal power plant. Next, we can see in the picture above, we can see the percentage share of energy generated for each power plant in 2025 and in 2050, where shift is seen where previously in 2025 the coal power plant contribute 40.1% energy produced, and for gas power plant contribute 24.6%. Shift to PLTU is 35.1%, and the gas power plant is 27%, is compensated by presence or presence of geothermal power plant in 2015 4.2% in 2015. Furthermore, the presentation of renewable scenario will be presented by Mr. Afi. Thank you.
Okay, I will continue about the renewable energy scenario. Okay, the planning for the renewable energy scenario explains that in 2025 it will produce an energy mix of 3.8% on progress on PLTA and 2.3% of potential development of PLTA itself. 15.4% on progress on on PLTGU, and 6.6% on progress on PLTP. Whereas in 2050, the resulting mix of PLTA on progress is 5.3, and PLTA development is 8.4%, and PLTGU on progress is 29.8%, and PLTP on progress is 10.1%. In the business as usual scenario, the energy mix is still dominated by fossil fuels. Okay, in this scenario, in 2025, the contribution of renewable energy in West Java province is 6.64%. This contribution is above of the Indonesian government target with the 23% with 23%. And also in the 2050 renewable energy scenario, contribution in West Java province is 76%. This contribution also is above the government target with 21%. Based on projections with LIP software, in 2025, West Java province is estimated to be 31.1 gigawatt natural gas potential, 0.1 gigawatt municipal solid waste potential, 3.8 gigawatt hydropower potential, geothermal, 45.3 gigawatt potential of geothermal, coal bituminous potential, and also in the 49.7 gigawatt, and solar potential is 3.7 gigawatt per hour. It's almost the same as in the business as usual scenario. However, in the following years, there is a difference in the number potential under the renewable energy scenarios. In 2025, its scenario result in different gas emissions, wherein the business as usual scenario reached 70,900 tons and 16,900 tons in renewable energy scenario. It is no different in 2050. The resulting gas emission are also different, where the business as usual scenario produce 140,000 tons, and the renewable energy scenario produce 93,000 tons. The other impacts of using renewable energy include creating job opportunities, being environmentally friendly, and energy will not run out because it is abundant from nature, and it's easy to use technology. There are a few conclusions in this simulating plan by LIP software. West Java province is able to produce new and renewable energy potential such as hydropower, solar power, geothermal energy, and others until 2050, along with the large demand for electricity and the number of customers. In 2050, either in business as usual or renewable energy scenarios, the amount of electricity that can be generated reaches 57 gigawatt to 363 gigawatt with the energy potential in West Java province. And also in 2050, it can be concluded that potential for renewable energy can be used 100%. Thank you for your attention. The next maybe I will give my time to the moderator, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Group 4. We all have already heard the presentation from Group 4 with the title of the New Renewable Energy Mix Plan in West Java Province to determine the direction of energy policy by LIP model simulation. From the presentation, we can get some information. They are using two scenarios. The first one, the business as usual scenario, and the second scenario is the maximum renewable all fuel for all output type. And then in the conclusion slide, we can see that in year 2050, all renewable energy potential resource in West Java completely utilized in both scenario. Okay, we are going to the next session, the question and answer session. For all audience, if there are some question, please ask.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon. My name is Erpin Habibah. I would ask to this group, based on the presentation, the title is Renewable Energy. But I see that fossil fuel still used in 20 and 50. Why is the fuel energy still used in the 20 and 50? Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you for your question.
Group 4?
Yeah, okay. Thank you for the question. I will try to answer. She asked about why fossil fuels keep being used until 2050. Yeah. So I think I will answer with the simple statement maybe. So as you know, West Java province is one of the most high population in Indonesia. So the energy demand will be increased over and over years. So why fossil fuels keep being used? Because renewable energy, I think, is not enough to support the increasing energy demand. So that's why energy fossil will be keep used until 2050, because the population will be increased and the energy demand also will be increased over and over years. I think that's all my answer.
Okay.
Thank you, Mas Alfi. Okay. Are there any other questions from our audience? I think I will conclude this presentation. Thank you for Group 4